The royal helicopter, discreet and unmarked, touched down in the field behind her cottage 20 minutes later. As it lifted her away, Eva Maria looked down at the receding landscape. She saw the stone cottage, the wisteria, the two hills, one with a skylark's nest, empty now, and the other with a castle, where a lonely king ruled a kingdom of winter. She clutched the sapphire necklace at her throat, a cold, beautiful token from a man who'd offered her a world of fancy cars, fancy houses, and expensive trips, built on a foundation of blood and secrets. They had found a love as real as the bullets that shattered it, in the one place neither could ever truly escape, the no-man's land between their two powerful, parallel worlds. And somewhere below, in a castle study, Min Jun Kim stared at a Banksy painting of a heart with a padlock, and made a call that was not about business, but about ensuring a certain royal flight left Italian airspace without incident, his final, silent act of love for the princess of Morant Bay who got away. The Caribbean sun, so different from the Italian one, brighter, fiercer, a confident hammer of gold rather than a painterly brushstroke, beat down on the private tarmac at Norman Manley International Airport. The door of the unmarked Gulfstream opened, and the humid, flower-scented air, thick with the distant, rhythmic promise of reggae, hit Min Jun Kim like a physical wave. He descended the steps, dressed not in the linen of Le Marque but in a minimalist black designer t-shirt and trousers, his sharp eyes hidden behind aviator sunglasses. The stillness he carried was no longer that of a man on a love-struck holiday, but of a predator in a new, vibrant jungle. He had waited a month. A month of letting the dust settle in Monteguduccio, of consolidating his power after the Camorra's failed ambush, the consequences for which had been severe and definitive, and of staring at the sapphire-blue Banksy heart until its padlock seemed to mock him. A month of silence from her that had carved a hollow in his chest no amount of business conquest could fill. His investigators, the best money and fear could buy, had delivered their final report, her location, her schedule, the intricate, porous nature of her royal security. He was a man who acquired what he valued. And he valued her above all his frozen empires. Princess Eva Maria's return to Jamaica had been a quiet, official affair, smoothed over by a press release about an extended private diplomatic mission in Europe. The royal household, led by her relieved but stern father, King Marcus, had closed ranks around her. The Italian incident was never spoken of, but its shadow lingered in the doubled security detail, the subtle scanning of crowds by new, harder-eyed men. She had resumed her duties, opening a new children's hospital in Port Antonio, attending a gala for marine conservation, with a polished grace that felt like a shell. The sapphire necklace was locked away. Her heart felt locked away too, in a panic room of its own making. It was at the annual Food and International Literary Festival at Boston Beach, a relaxed, bohemian event she'd always loved, that she saw a ghost. She was on a shaded veranda of Home Away from Home Hotel, discussing the work of a young Jamaican poet with a small group, when a familiar, impossible silhouette detached itself from a coconut palm grove near the shore. He was leaning against a rented, mud-splashed Range Rover, arms crossed, watching her. Not hiding, declaring himself. Her breath hitched. The poet's words became a distant hum. The world narrowed to the space between the veranda and the grove. Min Jun. Here, in her world. She excused herself with a murmured apology, her royal smile fixed in place, and walked towards him, her flowing yellow dress whispering against the grass. The new head of her security, a man named Donovan, moved to intercept, but she gave a minute, firm shake of her head. The command in her eyes, the one she'd inherited from kings, stopped him cold. "You're a long way from the olive groves," she said, stopping a few feet from him. Her voice was cool, the voice she used for diplomats she distrusted. "The olive groves lost their light," he replied, his voice the same low baritone, but stripped of its Italian leisure. It was all raw intensity now. "I had to find where it went. This is a mistake, Min Jun. A dangerous one, for both of us. My life is a calculated risk, Eva Maria. You are the only variable I've ever been unable to solve for." He pushed off the rover, removing his sunglasses. The love and the desperation were still there, but underscored now by a terrifying, unwavering resolve. "I told you I could leave it. I am leaving it." She let out a short, disbelieving laugh. "You can't just resign from being a capo. The process is complex. But it is in motion. A succession plan, a redistribution of assets,